Okay, so let's continue discussion about the traverse now. So aside from the DMD and DPD, so the next method that we can use in order to determine yung area ng given traverse is using this method, no? So rectangular coordinates. So this convenient method available for describing, of course, yung horizontal position ng survey points. So with the application of computers, so we can use this method in engineering projects. So of course, we can uh, set yung x-axis natin as for the east to west direction and the y-axis for the north and south direction. So example, so we're given here the line segment AB. So given yung direction or bearing, so north 42 degrees, 30 minutes to the east, as well as the given length, no? So 300 feet. So our task here is to simply determine the coordinates of point B given the coordinates of point A as 200, 300. So of course, the first value here represent the x value, so which represent the unit distance of this point A with respect to the y-axis, while the second value here represent the y value, no? So yung y value represent the unit distance of this point A with respect to the x-axis. So both positive, so expect that should lies in the first quadrant, no? So latitude represent yung uh, along the north-south, diba? So we're after to this component. So given this bearing and the length, so we have, since it's the right triangle, we can use the, of course, cosine function, tama? So cosine of this angle is equivalent to this component, okay, over the length. So that's why the latitude is turns out to be 221.183 feet, okay? Now for the departure, so along the east-west direction, so we're after to this component, okay? So given this angle and the length, so we have to use the sine function. So right triangle naman yan, no? So we can determine the departure value as 202.67, okay? Now to determine the x value of this point B, so given the x value of point A, so we need to add this component, so which represent the departure value, no? So kaya 200 plus the departure value of the line segment AB, 202.667. So this will give us a value of 402.667, no? Similarly, for y sub B, so given the y value of point A, so of course we need to add this component. So this component for the line segment AB represent the latitude, no? So 221. So 300 plus 221, this will give us 521.183. Okay? Any question this part, class? Wala? Okay. So another example. So this time, given the coordinates of the 2 points A and B, so we need to determine here the latitude and departure, no? So latitude is along the north-south direction. So this can be obtained by subtracting the y sub A from y sub B. So yung y sub B natin is negative 100. Okay, this value. And minus the y sub A, which is 300, will give us negative 400. Okay? So negative siya kasi from point A to B, pababa yung component na latitude natin. Tama? Kasi this component or this line is just negative, yung absolute value niya is of course 300, di ba? Tama? And this value is 100. Okay, so 300 plus 100 is 400. Since ang direction natin is from point A to B, pababa siya, so negative 400. Okay? Now for the departure, so along the east-west direction, so we're after this component, so x sub B minus x sub A. Kasi x sub B represent yung unit distance ng point B with respect to the y-axis. So ito yung So ito yan, di ba? Yung x sub b natin. Okay. Then x sub a is this. So x sub a. So para makuha yung remaining segment, this is x sub b minus x sub a. Okay? Okay, so consider our previous example. So our task here is to determine yung x and y components of all the points. So given a condition that yung x natin will pass through the point C and yung y-axis natin will pass through the point E, no? So ito yung mga balance latitude and departure ng sides AB to EA natin, no? So by applying the compass rule. So unahin mo natin yung x coordinates. Okay? Starting natin sa point E, no? So we expect na yung x component ng point E is 0. Tama? Then para makuha natin yung x component or coordinate ng point A, so we can use the departure value, okay, ng line segment EA. This is 159.974. Okay? Kasi from point A, so yung component ng i-add natin is this one. Okay? So this represent the departure value of the line segment EA. So kaya yung A natin is E, which is 0, plus 159.974. This will give us this value. Okay? So next natin, para makuha natin yung x component ng point B, so from point A, we're considering here the departure value of the line segment AB, which is negative 20.601. So para makuha yon, so yung x value ni point A plus the departure value of the line segment AB, which is negative 20.601, this will give us 139.373. Kasi babawasan natin, diba? So ito yung kanina, then minus yon. Okay, makuha natin yung x component ni point B. Next natin, si point C naman. Okay, so we're considering here now the departure value of the line segment PC, which is 86. So yung x value ni point B na 139, we need to add this 86.648. Kasi from point B to C, we're adding this component, diba? Okay? So kaya dapat mas malaki siya sa point B, no? Yung x component. The next point is point D. Okay? So we need to subtract this component from C to D. So from this table, so we're subtracting this value, negative 195.47. Okay, so this gives us 30 na lang, no? The next point, D or E, okay, so we're saying here the departure value of the line segment DE, which is negative 30. So pag inad mo to, this will give us, of course, a zero value ng point E, X component. Okay? Any question this part sa X?
None po.
None, okay. So similarly, ganun din yung process, no, sa Y coordinates naman, no? So this time we need to start sa point C kasi ang Y component niyan is 0. Okay? So next natin, point D naman. So this time, we're using here the latitude, okay, ng line segment CD. So latitude natin is 29. Okay? So yung component dito yung maliit, no? So kaya we need to add this plus 29.933. Of course, pag inad natin yan, so give us the same value na 29.933 kasi 0 si C, no? Next, excuse. Next point natin is point E. Okay? So from D, ito yung value, no? So we're considering here the latitude value of the line segment DE. Okay, so 139. So we need to add this value. This will give us 169.013. Next point is point A naman. So we need to add this component, yung Y or the latitude value of the line segment EA. So plus 171, no? This will give us 340. The next point B, so we need to this time subtract yung latitude value ng AB natin. No? Anyway, uh, makita natin sa sign kung pataas or pababa siya, no? Based on this table. So sa AB, negative siya. So 340, tama, 340.64 yung Y value ni A. So minus 188.388 to give us the Y component of B, which is 152, no? 0.252. Then last point, starting point natin kanina, which is point C. So we need to again subtract yung latitude value. So 152.252 minus ito, or plus this negative sign, 152.253. This will give us a zero value. Okay. Any question this part, class? Wala. Okay. So we can summarize our answer as in this form. So yung x and y value ng point A to point E, no? So yung area natin can be computed by coordinates. So the areas at traverse can be computed by taking each y coordinate. Okay. So we can set yung formula as y sub I. So any y value or coordinate multiplied by the difference in the next two adjacent x coordinates. So yung katabi niya, no? So you can label that as x next minus x previous. Okay? Ayan. So using a sign convention of positive for the next side, positive to, then negative for the last side. So apply natin yung formula na yan, okay, sa example natin. No? Starting with point A. Okay. So area computed by coordinates, so twice the area equals to this. Okay, so starting with the y component of point A, which is 340.640. So ang katabi niya is B and E, no? Tama? So we need to multiply this y, okay, to the difference of the x next minus x previous. Okay? So kaya times 139.373 minus 0. Okay? So plus, so we can proceed to the next point, which is point B. So ang y component niya is 152. So multiplied by the x, next natin is 226.02 minus x previous, 159.974. Okay? Then plus y component ng point C is 0 times x next minus x previous. Okay? Then plus yung y component ni D is 29.93. So ito na yan. Times x next natin is 0 minus x previous. Then plus y component ni point E is 169.013. Then multiplied by the x next, which is point A minus x previous. Okay? So ito na yung last point natin, of course, point E, no? So no-zero na kasi natin yung point A as starting point. So using your calculator, this will give us a value of 72,640.433 feet square. So this value represents twice the area. So of course, to determine the area, we need to divide both sides, yung equation ng 2. So this will give us 36,320.2 feet square. So ganun lang, no? Question on this part, class?
Sir, may question po ako, sir.
Yes.
Yung balik po sana kanina, sir.
Ano yan?
Yung pag-solve, yung kanina kasi po, hindi ko po natanong. Yung pag-solve po ba, lagi po magsisimula sa 0? Or convenience lang po yan?
Laging hindi naman laging 0. Usually, may designated tayo. Let's say point A is given as coordinates as, let's say, 100, 100. Okay? So sinet lang natin 0 para makita natin yung axis. Okay? Para may initial value na tayo sa traverse natin.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. Any other question? So, pwede yung method na to, no? Yung second method that we can use is ganito. Okay. So, there's a simple variation in the coordinates method for area computation. So, we can simply list down yung x and y value ng points natin from point A to point E. Okay. So, A, B, C, D, E. Then, we need to repeat the first point, which is point A. So, multiply lang natin yung x1, y sub 2. Okay. So, yung mga coordinates along this, okay? So, yung slant na backslash, no? x1 plus, times y sub 2 plus x sub 2, y sub 3, okay? Then, plus the product of this, yung mga coordinates ng forward slash, okay? So, x sub 2, y sub 2 plus or minus. So, ito plus lahat yung sa backslash, then minus sa forward slash, no? So, this will give us the expression. Okay, so this expression is equivalent to the twice area. So, if we try to substitute yung mga values, this will give us this value. No? So, negative 72,640. So, since this value represents twice area, so divide both sides by 2, then just take the absolute value. So, this will give us the same value na 36,320 feet square. Okay. Okay, question? Wala.